Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Braving the Mountain podcast. I am hopping in here today because it is the freaking new year, 2024. I cannot even believe how fast it feels like years go by sometimes, but I will say 2023 was slightly better than 2024 than 2022, so that was good. So hopefully we're on this upward trajectory in life. But I wanted to hop on here and talk to you about new year, new choices. This is kind of the theme around this episode because I think a lot of times that I'm going to be talking about this next week, but we try to change everything at once. And I want to talk to you about starting this year off with making new choices. So, for those of you who have been following along on my journey, know that I launched my Breathwork membership, the Breathwork Collective, back in November. And doors are opening again this month. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because breathwork is one of the most powerful tools to help you tap in to the version of you that you desire to be, help you tap into that mom that you want to be, the wife, the sister, the daughter, the partner, whoever you want to be. Breathwork helps you get there because breathwork helps you bypass the logical mind and get into your body so that you can make choices from that highest version of you. And as we are talking about making new choices, it's what are the things in your life that you want to shift? What do you want to walk away from 2023 that no longer serves you? And what new things are you wanting to incorporate? So, for those of you who have also been following me for a long time, know that I talk a lot about shitting on yourself because I think that society kind of teaches us to do this. And then our upbringing, especially my upbringing, taught me that things should be done a certain way, that we should parent a certain way, that we should show up as a wife a certain way, that we should show up as a woman in a certain way, all of these things. And I am just calling BS on that. And so I really want to challenge you to think about what new choices you want to make in your life this year. And that can be something as simple as I'm going to take my kids on a date once a month this year. It doesn't have to be this huge, massive thing that you're shifting. I am all about keeping it simple, but I want you to really think about not necessarily setting New Year's resolutions, but choosing. For those of you who also know me, I do not believe in New Year's resolutions. I think that they are dumb. I think it's really good to be okay, what do I want to create this year? What do I want to accomplish this year? But why does it always have to be around the first of the year? And I get it. It's the energy, it's the vibe. It's one season is closing out and we're beginning a new chapter of life. But you can do that at any time. And when I started my breathwork journey in October of 22, I had no idea what to expect. I am not a super woo person, but I had made a new choice. I had made a choice that I was going to do whatever it took to heal within myself and reconnect with me and trust me. And so when breathwork found its way to me, for those of you who don't know the story, I feel like I've really said that a lot on this episode already. I'm so sorry. But when it found me, when my dad had been hit by a car and he was in the hospital and we kind of had an estranged relationship, but I was really at peace with where it was at. Um, but I had been on this whole healing journey to come back to myself because I had really lost touch with my own intuition, with my own thoughts. I had hired too many coaches at the beginning of 22. I was in 6 different things between masterminds, programs, a one-to-one coach, all of it. I had really stopped listening to myself and I had really started trying to implement all the things that they were teaching and it was not working. I ended up frazzled and overwhelmed and not trusting myself or my decisions. And I had gone on this whole healing journey all summer. And I had just made this new choice that one, I wasn't going to have 6 different coaches and programs all at one time. And two, I am not a woo person, but breathwork is science backed. So I was like willing to take a chance on something new and different and try a somatic practice for healing because the mindset work was not getting me where I wanted it to. And so it could be something like that. Like maybe you've been working on trying to shift your mindset and be happier and journal every day and like do all of these things, and that's great. These things are all super supportive. But have you ever tried a somatic practice? Have you ever tried breath work? And so I just want to offer that invitation to you here that maybe you need a somatic practice to get where you want to go. Maybe you need a somatic practice to connect with the highest version of you so that you begin to show up as her now. And for me, the mindset work wasn't doing it. And after my dad passed away and we started going through his house, I had realized how much mindset work he had been doing. He had binders of programs, I mean, cassette tapes of these old programs that were like all based around mindset work. And as he was dying in the hospital, he kept saying, I am so sorry for being a shit father. Like, that is what he kept repeating. He hadn't forgiven himself. He hadn't been able to get past that. Even listening to stories that people told about him of like, here's what he was working on, and he just couldn't quite get past it. It helped me realize you can't mindset your way out of everything. When you allow yourself to tap into your body, to bypass the logical mind and really tap into like the purest, truest essence of you. Some people say they feel more connected to God, to source, the universe, like whatever you call it. When you allow yourself to connect at such a deep level, that is when true shift happens. That is when you become the person that you desire to be, that person that you feel inside and you're like, oh my gosh, like I feel her in there and I like want to let this inner child come out, right? Like sometimes it's like we see people doing something or we see kids doing something and we want to join in, but it's like we don't let ourselves because we're afraid of what other people might think, or we're an adult, that isn't how we should be acting. And so I just want to invite you that you get to make a new choice. And maybe that new choice for you is to try out a somatic practice. And if you feel like that is something that you want to do, I want to invite you into the Breathwork Collective. The doors are open. This is January 1st. Happy freaking New Year, friend. Doors are open, still at an incredible rate. I know it's not as low as the founder's rate. The prices have gone up just a little bit, but it's what I'm going to do. It's what I'm going to do. But the most exciting thing about this too is that you can try one full month for $1. You heard that right. One full month for $1. So if you want to try something new, you want to come, we do 2 breathwork workshops each month. We do one quarterly group life coaching call. The first one is actually coming up this month. I have not selected a date yet at the time of this recording, but it will be in the show notes. But the power of breath work mixed with the power of group coaching, mixed with a community of powerhouse women all on the same journey as you, I want you to know one thing. You are not alone. You are never alone on your journey. This is something that I truly came to realize as I was going through some hard stuff and I was being really hard on myself about it. And then I finally just like spoke it out loud to somebody and they were like, oh my gosh, I've been through that. And it was incredible. So there is so much power in community. There is so much power in seeing other people get coached and having the opportunity to get coached yourself. And mix that with the breathwork method, which is my signature method of how I walk people through breathwork. I want you to walk away being able to incorporate everything that you learn in this program into your life so that you truly make a lasting change from within you, not just thinking your way out of it, but it's like it becomes a part of you. So if that is something that you desire, if that is something that you are interested in, the links are in the show notes. You can join your first month for $1, and then it's a monthly subscription of $16 per month. And then there's an annual option too if you want 2 months free. So all the options for you, but maybe it's time to make a new choice in the new year. And I will talk to you next time.